They said he was too young, too radical, too dangerous. But while presidents in tailored suits deliver empty speeches from golden thrones, one man in military fatigues is reshaping the way Africans think about leadership. This is not just the story of a soldier. This is the rise of Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso's 34-year-old transitional president, who's challenging neo-colonialism, rejecting foreign domination, and daring to lead with the people. It's not above them, love him or fear him. He is igniting conversations across the continent. And the question we must all ask is this: what can African leaders learn from Ibrahim Traoré? Here are 10 powerful lessons. 1. Reclaiming national sovereignty. One of Traoré's first actions as head of state was cutting military ties with France, demanding the withdrawal of foreign troops from Burkina's soil. He openly rejected foreign military operations that claimed to help, but in reality, maintained dependence. His stance wasn't symbolic, it was strategic. By removing outside control over national security, Traoré sent a clear message: we will decide our future, not Paris, not Washington, not the UN. African leaders must ask themselves, are we truly sovereign? Are we just managing colonial leftovers? 2. Youth is not a liability. Traoré became the youngest head of state in the world. In many countries, someone his age is considered too young to lead. Yet he stepped into power when older, more experienced leaders had failed to protect their people. His leadership has shattered the myth that youth equals incompetence. In a continent where over 60% of the population is under 25, ignoring the youth is political suicide. The future of Africa belongs to the young. The longer the old guard clings to power, the more disconnected governance becomes. It's time to stop sidelining youth and start preparing them to lead. 3. Security starts with the people. While foreign troops conducted airstrikes and drone missions, Traoré turned to the people. He launched mass recruitment of civilians into defense groups called the Volunteers for the Defense of the Homeland. His logic was simple: the people know the land, the threats, the languages, and have the most to lose. So why not make them part of the solution? African leaders have long outsourced their own security to foreign armies, but no country can buy peace. Real security begins with trust, local capacity, and a people who are empowered, not abandoned. 4. Say no to neo-colonial economics. Traoré has openly criticized the CFA franc, the currency that ties Francophone West African nations to the French treasury. He calls it what it is: economic slavery disguised as partnership. But he didn't stop there. He's pushing for a system where resources benefit the local people, not multinational corporations or foreign banks. Too many African economies are designed to serve outsiders, not citizens. From extractive contracts to debt traps, the system is rigged. Leaders must stop managing poverty and start disrupting the system that causes it. 5. Speak the language of the people. Traoré doesn't rely on rehearsed speeches or hollow diplomacy. He speaks in a way that resonates, with clarity, emotion, and in local languages. Whether addressing villagers or the military, he speaks plainly and honestly, and that's why people listen. Communication isn't just about speaking, it's about connecting. African leaders often lose their people in technocratic jargon and elite discourse. Traoré reminds us that leadership is not about sounding smart, it's about being understood. 6. Pan-Africanism is a strategy, not a slogan. Alongside Mali and Niger, Traoré helped form the Alliance of Sahel States, a mutual defense pact rejecting the influence of foreign-dominated blocs like ECOWAS. This was more than regional politics. It was the beginning of a new kind of Pan-Africanism, one rooted in solidarity, not sentiment. For decades, African leaders have preached Pan-Africanism during speeches, then signed exploitative deals behind closed doors. Traoré is showing what it looks like to act, not just talk, like a Pan-African. Africa's strength lies in unity. It's not unity imposed by old colonial borders, but unity built on shared struggle, shared vision, and shared sovereignty. 7. Lead modestly. Live simply. Traoré wears military fatigues, not designer suits. He reportedly refuses to live in presidential palaces or enjoy unnecessary luxuries. His image is one of simplicity and sacrifice. In a continent plagued by leaders who fly private jets, while hospitals collapse, this humility is revolutionary. Leadership isn't about status symbols. It's about service. Traoré is showing that true power lies in proximity to the people, not distance from them. African leaders must ask, are we leading our people or just ruling over them? 8. Mobilize the people in nation building. Traoré believes in national mobilization. Whether it's rebuilding roads, growing food, or defending villages, he calls on citizens to participate in national projects. His message is clear. The government cannot do everything, but the nation can, if it moves together. This is a major shift from the dependency mindset, rather than waiting for foreign aid or NGOs. Traoré challenges Burkina citizens to take ownership of their future. Africa needs more leaders who can ignite movements, not just sign contracts. Point 9. No mercy for corruption. Traoré has taken decisive action against corrupt officials, even those within his own transitional government. His position is firm. There can be no sacred cows. This is critical in a region where corruption has become normalized, even celebrated. Fighting corruption is not about commissions and press conferences. It's about action, firing people, investigating the powerful, protecting whistleblowers, building systems of accountability. Corruption kills dreams, kills development, and kills nations. Traoré is showing that political will is the missing ingredient, not strategy. 10. Be brave enough to be unpopular. Perhaps Traoré's most powerful trait is his courage. He makes decisions that risk international backlash, diplomatic isolation, even his own safety. But he acts anyway. He doesn't lead by fear of criticism. He leads by conviction. And that's rare. Too many African leaders choose comfort over courage. They prioritize staying in power rather than using it for change. But history doesn't remember the careful. It remembers the bold. Africa needs leaders who are ready to take risks, make sacrifices, and challenge the status quo, not just protect it. Ibrahim Traoré is not perfect. He leads a country still battling insurgency, economic hardship, and uncertainty. About democratic transition, but his leadership, raw, risky, and revolutionary, has lit a fire across the continent. He may not have all the answers, but he's asking the questions too many are afraid to ask. Questions like, who really owns our land? Why are we still dependent 60 years after independence? And who benefits from our suffering? This isn't just about Burkina Faso. This is about the soul of African leadership. So to every president, every minister, general, and every youth with a dream, learn from Traoré. It's not because he's flawless, but because he's fearless. And sometimes, that's exactly what Africa needs most. If you believe Africa deserves better, share this message and subscribe for more.